Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special video because I'm sharing with you 5 games that didn't just entertain me, they stole my heart. These are games that left a lasting impression, ones that captured me, not just for the gameplay and the story, but truly for how they made me feel. But somehow, when I talk to other people, they're always like, yeah, it's a good game, but there's better out there. And they just can't seem to share the same feeling for them. So I'm putting in this list 5 games that felt more like an unpopular opinion, feeling-wise, even though we all agree they're good games. So before we dive in, 2 things. The first one is there are not gonna be spoilers, to not ruin the experience for anyone who still hasn't played those games. The second one, I just wanna mention that I'm not putting any Zelda game in this list. They hold a special place in my heart, and for some of them it's also due to nostalgia. If I included them, this would just become a Zelda ranking, although it's not truly a ranking, it's just 5 games. So I'm focusing on other titles today that also left me something unforgettable. Let's start the dive. First up is Transistor. Transistor is a game from Supergiant.
I always thought it's hard to make new friends, but making enemies, I guess that's easy.
That focuses just as much on atmosphere as it does on gameplay. You step into the shoes of Red, a singer who's lost her voice, and she has this mysterious word, which is that name drop, Transistor. The game world is beautiful, it's a cyberpunk dystopia, it has fascinating music, stunning visuals, and a turn-based combat that truly feels unique. I fell in love with Transistor because it's a game that feels beautiful. It feels melancholically beautiful, almost lonely at times. The whole game just feels mesmerizing. The music, the visuals. Playing Transistor just feels like stepping into a piece of art. Every soundtrack, every visual, every moment in the game makes you feel in a dream. It's a game that leaves you with this bittersweet loneliness. It feels like everything is falling apart, but it gives you these feelings that everything is gonna be okay. Remember that sometimes you will just enter in the room where you can listen to the music, and they will just be there and do something else, like study. When you play Transistor, it feels like everything is gonna be okay. The atmosphere was truly everything. The second game is Nier Automata.
I never quite realized how beautiful this world is.
Okay, so Nier is a game unlike anything else. You start off as to be, you're this android girl fighting some machines. There is this endless war, and it's so much more. I don't know how to wrap it up. Those multiple perspectives, multiple layers of the narrative, and it's just unforgettable again. It's incredible. Nier makes you question everything. It's a game that sometimes can break your heart. While I was playing Nier Automata, I would just turn the game on every time I could. If I had a spare time, a spare moment, I was there. I just lived in Nier Automata. Sometimes I would leave the game open while I had other errands or other tasks to do because I know I'm getting back as up. it would take more time to just find a save point. When I finished Nier Automata, I started searching for other games that could make me feel the same. Nothing ever made me feel the same. Nothing ever hit the spot for me. I still remember the first time that I stepped into the abandoned Luna Park.
The commanders put me in charge of your maintenance, ma'am.
The music, the colors, the atmosphere, everything was perfect, and I was feeling this nostalgia for something that I never actually experienced.
Pod 153, I order you to halt all logical thought and speech.
Fear not, A2! I can handle this!
Androids were designed to protect their human masters. That's not the operator. It's...
This one is gonna come up as probably expected. Celeste. Celeste is more than just a platformer. It's a story of perseverance, mental health, and struggle of climbing your own mountain, in-game as in life, such as our own fears and anxieties. You play as Madeline, a young woman who's determined to reach the summit of the Celeste mountain, despite all the obstacles, emotional and physical, that stand in her way. Playing Celeste was a journey of self-discovery, showing us the real challenges isn't just reaching the top, but learning to overcome what's inside us along the way. There were moments I felt frustrated, challenged, even defeated. I remember once I was really bothered by the death count. It really made me feel like a failure. And the next loading screen showed a sentence telling me that we learn through error basically, so it was okay to die and do better the next time. I think the timing was incredible. Even though Celeste is a game that challenges you to overcome your fears, your anxiety, it's not a game you play if you do have anxiety. It's not one of those games where you feel at ease. It's not a game you play to escape from anxiety, it's a game you play to fight anxiety. This game makes you feel proud of small accomplishments, and the story is also beautiful. The graphic is a beautiful pixel art, it feels cozy, and the whole game is just a safe space for emotions. Undertale. Undertale is a quirky indie RPG. You play as a child who falls in the underground, and it's filled with monsters. And it shows indeed a unique combat system. I think Undertale was a bit overhyped in general by its community, and people started expecting too much. So by raising the bar too high, some may have found it underwhelming. To me, it wasn't anything like that. I started Undertale as this silly little game, and it became so deep. It shouldn't be considered as a spoiler that in Undertale you can do multiple runs, and without getting too much into detail, I believe the characters and how they react to your choices allow you to form a deep connection with the game, with the characters. Now, there are other games where you can find the same. I just think Undertale, I really felt it for Undertale. The 5th slot is kind of open. And it's open because I kinda know what I want to put there. And it's gonna be Metaphor.
This is a fantasy.
Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me.
It's gonna be Metaphor, but I didn't finish Metaphor yet. I just started it when it went out, but because I was playing Persona 5 and I'm still playing Persona 5, I decided to pause it. Which, by the way, Persona 5 was one of the games that was advertised as a game like Nier. Like when I googled the games like Nier Automata, there was Persona. I'm loving Persona. I don't understand how is a game like Nier though. So anyway, I feared I was gonna drop Persona, so I decided to just not continue Metaphor. But I know it's gonna be Metaphor. I just know Metaphor is gonna be here because it already sparked joy. It was love at first sight. But I don't want to put an unfinished game, so I started thinking what I can put in the 5th place. And there are a lot of games. Honestly, at this point we have a lot of ties. Hades could also easily be here, and any Supergiant game. I just love Supergiant. It's always a hit with them. Also, A Hat in Time could be here. A Story About My Uncle could be here. Hollow Knight could also be here, but I didn't finish Hollow Knight yet. World of Warcraft could be here, it was my childhood. Guild Wars could be here, it still has a special place in my heart. I don't play anymore that much, but I still go back every Halloween to play the Mad King event. So for the time being, I decided to put Braid. And I don't think I'm gonna say much about Braid. It's a really small game in terms of time. I don't know how much it is. I'm gonna check. So there is currently a promotion. There is Braid Anniversary Edition on discount on Steam. Do what you have to do. I have a little over 8 hours on Braid. It's a puzzle game that makes you think, not just for the puzzle itself. It has a story, and it's about going on a journey to rescue a princess. So those are the 5 games that stole my heart at the time. It's end of 2024. Maybe we're gonna keep this list updated. We're gonna put Metaphor in it. Each one is special. Each one left a mark. Would you agree with me? I just wanna stress this is not a ranking. Those are not my top 5 games. And also between them it's not a rank. Probably Transistor, yes. Transistor is gonna be first always. If I could be a game, I would be Transistor. So please, if you feel like it, comment below and drop your list of the 5 games that stole your heart. Also let me know if you share the same feelings for any of the games I mentioned. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, the bell, hit things, hit everything you could hit. Not reward and not the dislike. So thank you for joining me today and see you in the next video. Bye!